Alright, Tootsie, we're live. Let me get my... Hey, Gary. Gary with 2 R's. Good evening. Hey, Angie. I forgot to... Give me 1 second. Y'all are going to have a blackout here. I forgot to clean my lens. I probably need to clean them off. Angie saying hey to Jeff and Tootsie. Hey, Zeke. Saying, Jeff, let's get it going. We just got done getting through a little rain a little bit ago, and there was a full rainbow here just a little while ago, but it was probably 20 minutes ago though, so I didn't get to get it on the live show. Hey, Leslie, the Harvey 5. I should be there with you. Y'all know it, Leslie. I know it. Y'all were with me last week though. Gary says, start out with a fiasco. No, that wasn't a fiasco. I just meant to clean the lens before I went live and didn't think about it. Hey, Riley. Saying, hey, Jeff. Hey, Pam. Hey, Teleco Toys. Saying, what's up, everyone? Angie saying, hey to Leslie. Boy, y'all jumped in here real quick. I even went live early. I'm a few minutes early. Leslie saying hey to Angie. Angie saying hey to Pam. Hey, DJ Adventures. Saying hey to everybody. Thank you for coming in. I figure we might ride up the road here while it's daylight. Like towards Kodak. Just because I hadn't rode up through that way as far as showing anything. Of course, there's really nothing new up that way. But we'll go for a little ride up that way while we got some daylight. Teleco says, early bird gets the worm. That's right, Teleco. Pam saying hey to Angie. Hey, Fred and Connie. Say, what is this? The early bird catches the worm? Oh, that's for fiction. How's Fred and Connie this evening? How's everybody doing, actually? Leslie saying hey to Gary. Zeke says, my dad always said when it rained that someone paid the preacher. I wish they would miss a payment or two. Yeah, I know it. I think a lot of people around here, I think, have seen enough rain, and from what I've been hearing at the campground too, they've seen enough rain for a while. But we're supposed to get it again later tonight while we're sleeping. There's one little last rainstorm line, whatever you want to call it, coming through. But at least I shouldn't have to move to higher ground like I did last week. Let's see. John Esper saying good evening to everybody in chat from rainy Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, it was rainy here too. Gary says, I think last Tuesday live had 10,000 views. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I hadn't looked lately. I looked today, but I didn't look at what the live show view count was. I was looking at the other one as far as the rod run video. But I'm sure it'll creep on up there, Gary, because once everybody knows that you're on there, they're going to be like, there's Gary with 2 R's. We got to get on here and watch. That's why Gary's making that comment, because he was on there. Hey, Gary, I liked your the Facebook thing that you put on there, Gary, with the dam picture. That was funny. I got tickled over that. I laughed out loud when I saw that. That was a good one. Let me get my phone. Didn't hold the chat for me. Or yeah, I guess it did. Gary said, let's see. No, Gary says, hey to Leslie and family. Fred has tagged everybody, saying hello to everybody. Hey, Kentucky Leisure. Hey, thank you for coming in. Say hi, you Jeff and Tootsie. Teleco Toys saying hey to Fred. Leslie saying hey to Fred. Fred saying hey to John. Pam saying hey to Fred and Connie. Angie saying hey to Fred and Connie. Gary saying hey to Fred and Connie. Hey, David C. Perkins saying hello, everybody. Hello, Jeff and Tootsie. Gary's saying yes, I went to the damn store. Did you buy any damn bait? Gary, while you was there, did you take any damn pictures? Fred says we used to have a damn bait shop near here by Lake Lanier. And Fred saying hey to David in Kentucky. And Leslie says, I love Gary's post, the whole damn post. Yeah, there you go, Leslie. That was a good one. Yeah. I caught up at the moment. So anyhow, while y'all are in here, Gary says, no, I didn't even go in. He didn't even go in. Just stopped at the sign there and says, hello, damn. David saying, hey to Fred and Connie. All right, hop up here. Hop up here because everybody's going to want to see you because some people already know. They haven't seen you yet, but some people already know. Come on. Hop up here. Hop up here. Yeah. Hop up here. Come on. Hop up there. All right, now sit down right there. Sit down right there. Let's see. Leslie says, Gary knows how to take a good damn picture. Yeah. There's actually two things y'all are going to see when I flip it around here. Teleco's saying, hey to Tootsie. I haven't even flipped it around yet, Teleco. Look, Leslie says, I know about you, Tootsie. Hold on. All right. There she is. Look right here. Look right here. And I got a new Bucky shirt. I got the gray one with the logo. So, look right here where everybody can see you. Look right here. There you go. Hey, Jimmy. Say, what's up, buddy? Say, somebody got beautified today. Leslie said, or Fred says, damn right, Leslie. And Kentucky was saying hey to Fred. And Fred saying hey to Jimmy. Leslie's laughing at what Fred wrote. At least the sun come out for a little bit, but now it's clouding back up, which, I mean, I know we're supposed to get more rain this evening. Jimmy's saying, hey. Teleco says, looking good. Pam Hite's saying, hey to you, Tootsie. Look right over here. Look in the camera right there. Everybody wants to see you. Don't look over here. Look right there. I know you want me to pet you. Look in the camera right here. Look right here. There you go. Right there. That's the only thing with where I don't use that little tripod anymore. It's got us, like, right up close on top of y'all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but look at the camera. Everybody wants to see you. They don't want to see me. They want to see you. Yeah, I know it. I pet on you, but you got to look at the camera. Look right here. There you go. Wait a minute, Jimmy. What did you retract? I didn't get to it in time. Oh, yeah, they know who you. They know you're saying hello to Teleco, Jimmy. Larry. Hey, Larry. Says, are my eyes deceiving me, or was that Long John Silver? Yeah, that's Long John Silver's right here beside me, actually. So Larry knows exactly where I'm sitting. Leslie says, I didn't even go. Did y'all not stop yesterday, Leslie? I forgot to ask you that when I was texting you earlier today. I can't believe y'all didn't stop at Bucky's. Jimmy saying, hey. Wait a minute. Kentucky says, I would like to know if you caught any damn fish. Well, you'll have to ask Gary that. He's the one that went to the dam store. And then everybody's saying hey to everybody. David says, you're looking good tonight, Tootsie. And Teleco's saying hey. Jimmy's saying hey. Gary says, Jeff, you need to take a ride out to Douglas Lake sometime. You won't believe how big it is. I know. I haven't been to the dam, Gary, but I've been to the out there at the lake. I've seen the lake. There's a campground called Anchor Dam that I've been to. I hadn't stayed there, but I've been to it to see it. And of course, there's another road where you go across the bridge that you go across Douglas Lake and stuff. Yeah. Is that on right now, Leslie? Tootsie, Tootsie, goodbye. Tootsie, don't cry. Jimmy says, Larry, I'm glad you made it home safe. Yeah, the Harvey 5 made it home safe yesterday. Larry says, thank you, Fred. Oh, Fred says, hello, Larry. Great videography on that video you put out. Still have to comment on it. And John says, looks like you're starting to look like a bandit again, Jeff. Yeah, I know it, John. Larry says, thank you, Jimmy. Leslie says, I know, Larry, I didn't want to go. Or I know, Larry, I didn't want to go. And Leslie goes, no. About stopping at Buc-ee's. All right, you're going to have to get back over here. I'm going to flip the camera back around. Everybody wants to see you. Get back up here. Come here. Come here. There you go. Get up there. Sit right here. Come here. Look right out there. Who's that out there? I have to trick her sometimes. There's Virginia saying, hey, Jeff, Tootsie in chat. Tootsie got beautified today. YouTube grandmother. Our fella grandmother YouTubian. Virginia Alexander, she's in the house now. Everybody saying hey to Virginia. David says, when the Harvey 5 stays in the Smokies, does everyone stay in your camper? Yeah, no, they had a big old cabin, David. They actually got a video out on it today. Jimmy says you're beautiful, Tootsie. And everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. Girl, now you're looking around. Yeah, now you're looking around where everybody can see you. Yeah, and somebody else needs a grooming too. Right here. Me, bad. I can't get the... Let me see if I can duck down. I need a haircut bad. I just hadn't... Too lazy and hadn't... Because I got to go make a stupid appointment. Instead of just being able to make a phone call like I do at home. Leslie says, we all humped in one big pile, David. And everybody's saying hey to everybody. David says, hello, Virginia. Hope you're doing good. Larry's laughing at David. Fred says, should have gotten the 2-for-1 special. But yeah, while y'all are all in here too, and I'll go ahead and tell it now too, go ahead and sit down there. I'll flip the camera back around. That way you can watch the traffic go by. Last week was a fun week. I got to see Gary and his wife. And of course, y'all know that I got to see the Harvey 5 and all them. And I got to meet Dan the Mountain Man. I got to spend some time with him this past Saturday. And I know he's got a video out and I hadn't got to watch it yet. So I still got that one to watch. And I'm sure he'll be in after a while. He was doing good though. For the ones that might want to know and stuff, he was doing good. He spent the day up here. He didn't stay the night or anything like that, but he come up for the day. I'm not sure what all he ended up doing, but we spent 2 hours together at Buc-ee's. And of course, that's when I got my shirt that I got on, and then I got me a banana pudding while I was there. Let's see, everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. Leslie says, I love Gary's wife. What a sweetheart. Yeah, I know y'all finally got to meet her this time too, and I'm glad. And Gary, tell your wife, Marcy, that I'm glad she came, and I'm glad she had a good time. And thank her for me if you would. If she might be watching. I don't know if she's with you or not at the moment, but just let her know that me and Tootsie, and I know Leslie and all them, we enjoyed her being there, and I'm glad she came. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody that wasn't saying hey. And let me make sure I'm not missing anybody that I hadn't said hello to that's popped in. Gary says, yes, Leslie, she is so blessed. Oh, I mean me. Gary. Yeah, Gary, you better make sure you say you're the one that's blessed. Not her, but you. And then Larry's throwing up because I mentioned banana pudding. Larry, you don't know what you're missing. That's what I commented on Facebook. You don't know what you're missing. You need to get your wife to make you some banana pudding and try it. I'm telling you, it's good. Fred says, we have a car show video out yesterday just saying, have to try that pudding from Buc-ee's. It's pretty good. Just make sure, Fred, if you get it, because here's the trick, and I didn't know it the first time, which I guess the first time it was good, it was fine. I didn't get sick or anything like that. But if you do go to Buc-ee's and you do get the banana pudding, and this might be with anything, I don't know, because I'm not a food connoisseur or anything like that. But as far as this part, I do know, once I got told about it, when you get the banana pudding or probably any of the food, look on that yellow sticker. It's going to have a date on it. And make sure you get the date that's ahead. Because I checked this time when I was with Dan, and they had one that was the day off while we was there. Then they had one that said it was good till the next day. And it could have been 2 days. I can't. Let's see what. Somebody, right quick. Somebody thought what was Saturday's date? Because I don't even. It's today the 14th. What's the date today? I hadn't even paid no attention because all my bills are paid. Today's the 18th. That can't be right. No, today's the Wait, what? Hang on a minute, because I'm getting different comments, different numbers. What was Saturday's date? It's today. Is it that? That's this weekend's date. Today's the 14th, right? So Saturday would have been the 12th. Wait a minute. Yeah. No, Saturday would have been the 11th. Yeah. Saturday would have been, okay, right there. Saturday would have been the 11th. So what it was they had one dated the 11th. I got the banana pudding that was dated the 12th, which would have been that it was good till Sunday. So that was what I was the point I was trying to get at was check the dates on whatever you buy and get the one that's dated, I guess the next day or a day ahead, from what I got told through other people. So anyhow, so sorry that y'all had to punch in a bunch of numbers there. I apologize. There's the fiasco for the night. Wait a minute. Larry says, tell Marcy hello if she isn't watching, talking to Gary. Gary says she thinks the world of you, Jeff, and the Harvey Five. Tell Marcy we sure do appreciate it. We think the world of her. And let's see. Larry says, I may have spelled her name wrong. And, hey, Larry, don't worry about it. We're all in here that same way. And I know I am. Y'all know half the time I can't spell. Gary says, will do, Larry. And Riley says, do you cook a lot or do you go out to eat a lot while you're in the smoke? I cook when the weather's good, Riley, which, now we're finally getting warm weather. I pretty much cook breakfast of the morning. I'll make me a little lunch. Sometimes I don't eat lunch all the time. I usually wait till dinner. And right now, with the way the weather'd been and where I had to move last week, I've been eating out as far as the evenings. But now, I'll be back to cooking as far as supper also. I'll definitely be doing breakfast. And I'll get back to cooking supper too. And especially, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend or next week, I will be hitting the grocery store hard. I'll be getting everything that I know I'm going to need to get me through Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend. because my car will not move because I will not lose my parking spot. The campground's going to be plumb packed and just full of cars, and I don't have to go nowhere this year, thank the Lord. So I'm going to be staying put the whole time at the campground over Memorial Weekend. And then, of course, that's where y'all were letting me know about the dates. Gary says, Larry, you spelled it right. It's Marcy that spelled it wrong. You know, Gary's actually got it spelled right, Larry. But I was going to let Gary tell it, but Gary's giving his right ruckus there because she uses an I instead of a Y. Leslie says today is Sunday the 20th. Let's see. John says when you're retired, every day is Sunday. Gary says 34. 5. Larry 143. Lordy. Yeah, Mother's Day was the 12th. And Kentucky Leisure's laughing. Larry's laughing. Fred's. Denaro, I missed you coming in. Hold on, let me see. Let me go back. I missed somebody coming in. Where's his comment? Wait a minute. Why is it not showing? It says right there, the 14th. Hey, Denaro. Hey, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. Let's see. Jimmy says, I got sick the last time I ate at Buc-ee's. Well, and that might be why, Jimmy, because I didn't know about having to pay attention to the dates on them yellow tags that they put on everything. And John says, it's all right, Jeff, when you're retired every day Sunday and you don't know what day of the week it. No, I know what day of the week it is. I don't keep up with the dates as much till I know it's about time to pay bills again, or if it's something I know I got coming up. And then Teleco's saying today's the 14th, and Daenerys laughing. Yeah, I know what I missed. I missed you coming in, Daenerys, because I was looking around and telling my story and stuff. Riley says, how long are you going to be in the Smokies for? I'll be here for a little while longer, Riley. John says, is it dinner or supper? It's either or for me, John. I can say dinner, supper. But breakfast is always morning time. And I have had brunch, which is breakfast for lunch. I have done that a couple times just because I've slept in. Hey, William Smith saying, hello, Jethro. And Zeke says, any good bands coming to the campground this year? We are going to have a concert Memorial Weekend. It's going to be the same woman, though. I was hoping it was the guy that was there at Rod Run, but I didn't, of course, didn't get to show y'all that, though, because I was out in Rod Run. But no, it's going to be that Laura, I think was her name. I think it's Laura, but it's the girl that wears the cowboy hat, and I mean, she's all right, but I've heard better. I might go live that night just to see if y'all want to listen to her or watch it or something. But we'll wait and see. But I know that's who's gonna be playing. Let's see. Fred saying hey to William. William says it's supper. Teleco says it's supper here in the mountains. Denaro saying greetings. William says hey to Fred and Connie. Hey, Rob and Denise. They're saying hey. Leslie saying hey to Rob and Denise. Hey, thank y'all for coming in. Gary says, hey, Rob and Denise, it was good seeing you. Yeah, I got to see Rob and Denise last week also. Got to see them, and I got to see, of course, some of y'all know that because we were all live on Vacation Station TV's live show Saturday night. It was me and the Harvey Five and Rob and Denise, Dry Creek Beard Care. Frog King Tom was there, and then, of course, Jeff and Miss Marie. And we had a fun night that night. It was a little chilly. We all wrapped up in blankets by the end of the night that night. Dry Creek saying hey to Leslie. Gary says it was good seeing Rob and Denise. And Dry Creek saying it was good seeing both of you, Gary. And Pam's saying hey to Rob and Denise. David's saying hey. Dry Creek saying hey to everybody. Scott, kicking it country. Hey, Scott, saying what's up, y'all. Hey, thank you for coming in, Scott. Leslie saying hey to Scott. Gary saying hey. Angie saying hey. William says, what you say you had better. I've done forgot what I was talking about now, William. No. You mean heard. I guess you mean, you're talking about the concert right there, William. I figured out your comment there. Yeah, I have heard better. I mean, she does good, but I have heard better. We've had the band that they used to have, I guess they got popular and they ended up getting a gig at Dollywood. And I'm struggling with what the name of that band was, but they were real good because they played variety, a little bit of everything, and they were done good. Larry says, I thought the Darlings were the feature band this year. Hey, it'd be something else if we could get the Darlings, Larry. Let's see. Dry Creek saying, hey. Scott says, hey, Leslie, awesome video y'all did. That place was awesome. Yeah, it was, Scott. And I was lucky enough to get to go visit Sunday night there and get to see that cabin. I mean, it was nice. It was first class and clean. Lord have mercy, that place was clean. Virginia's saying hey. Scott's saying hey. Everybody's saying hey to each other right now. Leslie says, thank you, Scott. That was an awesome cabin. Fred's saying hey. Virginia's saying hey. David's saying hey. Dry Creek's saying hey. Teleco saying hey. John F says, looks like you met up with everybody but me. Maybe next time. John, I met up with you when you came the time before. And then you got gone. You didn't stay. If you would have stayed, you would have got to meet everybody else. You won't stay but one day. I mean, so you got your own self to blame on that. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, I don't know how, as far as when everybody was with me, we already had that part planned, which I know I already told you that and stuff. But you got to see Tootsie, weeks before that though, and at the goat coaster. And of course I even invited you to the campground, to the camper, but you wanted to meet at the goat coaster, so that's where we met. Scott says, hey Larry, great job in the video. I thought I saw you behind the camera in the mirror. Yep. Yeah, you could see Larry for just a little bit when he went to the shower, the bathroom that they had. That was a big shower too. And when I was there Sunday, I did not even see the two shower heads that it had. I didn't pay attention to that, or didn't catch that, but when I watched the video, that's when I saw that it had two shower heads. And I don't know that I've been in a shower that's had two shower heads, so I don't even know what that feels like. Let's see, everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, making sure that somebody hadn't come in either that I hadn't said hello to. Larry says, thank you, Scott. I'm glad I remembered to put clothes on. And then Rob and Lee says, you were already gone when everyone met up at the coaster Saturday. Yeah, that's right, Rob and Denise. I mean, that's what I was just telling John. I mean, he only stays for one day. He won't hang around long enough to where he can be able to meet up with everybody at one time. And then Leslie says, oh yes, that baby had two shower heads. And Robin Lee says, Larry did do a nice job on that camera on the video. Yeah, he did. He really did. Gary says, it was like seeing Larry in the shower. John says, It's all good. I'll catch up with you sometime. And Scott says, Larry, I was hoping you were wearing the latest item you bought from the cat's meow. And Larry's thinking Dry Creek. Scott says, 2 heads are always better than 1. And y'all see, and I wouldn't know because I hadn't got to experience that yet. Even that darn swanky house at the beach, it only has the 1. So I don't know what it's like getting hit from both directions at the same time. Larry's laughing with Gary. And David says, next time maybe meet at the cat's meow. Hey, Jimmy G. Hey, thank you for coming in. Where are you at now, Jimmy, in Georgia? I'm up in Sevierville right now. I'm still in Pigeon Forge, Jimmy G. I'm just in Sevierville, just the next city up right now. I'm gonna try to ride up the road here before it gets too dark. Just go up the road a little ways and then come back. Larry says, Scott, stay tuned for the next Harvey 5 video. And hey, Amanda Plays is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Good evening, Jeff and Tootsie. Arf, arf. Dry Creek says, laugh out loud. Then Leslie says, Jeff, you don't use both shower heads for yourself. It utilizes best for 2 people. Hey, Leslie, I might be stingy. I might want to use them for myself. That way I can get hit from both sides all at one time. Gary says, Leslie do. And then he retracted it. So he's gonna rewrite what he's trying to say there. I'll let Gary rewrite his message there. Scott says, thanks, Larry. Now I'll be sitting on pins and needles. And Larry says, he just said he don't know what it's like to get hit from both sides. I know what I said, Larry. Gary says, Leslie, do you know that to be true? And then Leslie's laughing. So Gary's asking for a friend, if it's better to have company in the shower with you. And then Dry Creek says, that's why I said, Larry. Leslie says, I never say Gary. And then Larry's laughing at Dry Creek. And I'm caught up now at the moment on the chat. All right, so, and Jimmy G says, hey to Fred and Connie. All right, y'all talk to each other, say hey to each other. Let me get my seatbelt on. Let's ride up the road here before it gets dark, where y'all can see some stuff in the daylight. So y'all chat with each other. Shower with a close friend, is what Virginia's saying. But I won't be able to read the chat as good now that I'm driving. Hey, Nancy. I'm glad I caught Nancy coming in. Hey, Nancy, thank you for coming in. We're going for a little ride right quick, Nancy. And then I'll get back to the chat. Right now I can chat because there's 4011 cars coming. Larry says, Virginia. Amanda, well, let's see. Yeah, I can chat. Amanda says, if I spend a month at the river park, how do they do showers? Do we have to share strangers or get individual bathrooms? That I don't know, because I've never stayed at River Park. But as far as campgrounds or whatever, I mean, you still shower by yourself, but you might be out there brushing your teeth and using the bathroom with everybody else. Well, I mean, you still use the bathroom in private. But as far as shaving and brushing your teeth, there is some campgrounds where you'll be brushing your teeth and shaving and farting, whatever, and everybody's out there with you. But now the campground I'm at, you got it all to yourself. You got the shower, the sink, and the toilet, and you're the only one in there. So I'll try to remember that that's where I held off. Let me run this other phone down here. I got my other phone with me, but I'll try to keep up with the chat. Leslie says, Jeff, remember the guy on the little Dollywood swings? Yeah, if you're talking about that video you showed me, Leslie. Yeah, I know. I know who you're talking about. And Nancy saying hey to everybody. And Dry Creek says, only to conserve water, Virginia. So I'll hold the chat right there on my phone. We'll go up through here. And of course, you know it'd start raining as soon as I start driving. Oh, somebody blow it out your rear end. Somebody's blowing a horn at somebody. That's what I always yell when somebody blows a horn. I say, blow it out your rear end. They flattened an area right back there we just passed. I don't know what's going to be built there. So while I'm driving, and I'll let y'all, like I said, y'all chat with each other. So Saturday, while I'm with Dan up there spending time with him, and we're just chatting and talking and stuff, and then of course we go into Buc-ee's. But after I get done with the visit with him, I go ahead and get gas. This is one story I wanted to tell you guys right quick. I go ahead and fill up with gas while I'm there. So I do the car wash deal, and I get 50 cents off a gallon on gas. Not only did I get the 50 cent off, which made it from $3.09 to $2.59, so I got it for $2.59 a gallon. But the car wash though that you have to get, and it's called the Works, it's only $16. That darn Quick Jet or whatever it's called that's up from Walmart, that one cost me $27 for the Works or whatever it's called, you know, as far as the top one where you get everything. Up here at Buc-ee's though, it wasn't but $16, and for 50 cents off a gallon, it's dang near worth it. Because I'll tell you something else right quick. That one is definitely, and I know John Esper's got a video on it, but it's on Facebook. He don't have it on YouTube, but John Esper's got a video of it on Facebook. You're in that car wash for 3 minutes, every bit of 2 minutes. And it does a real good job. I mean, it really did a real good job. And I like it better. Let me roll this window up. I like it better just because of the dryers that the Buc-ee's car wash has. Now, buddy, it'll dry your car too when you're pulling out, because it's got multi dryers. And when I say dryers, it's like jet dryers type deal. I mean, the quick jet's got the jet dryers also, but there's nowhere near as many as what Buc-ee's car wash has got. So that's where I'm gonna start going. Now I don't, you know, like I said, it's a grand opening special as far as with that 50 cent off a gallon, but still yet though, $16 car wash for what it did, you know, I mean, I know it's a father drive, so I probably won't wash my car as often, but you can rest assured if I need to get gas, at least especially while they got that deal going on, that's what I'm going to do. That's the wilderness over here to our left. It's got the indoor water park. I don't know why it started raining again all of a sudden as soon as I start wanting to ride up through here. That's crazy. But that's how my luck goes sometimes. But that's all right. And I'll get caught up with the chat here in just a little bit. Just taking y'all for a ride, and then I wanted to tell y'all that as far as about Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has got me sold on their car wash though. Because like I said, it's like 20. I think I paid $27 for that one there at Walmart. So I mean, it's worth the drive to Buc-ee's. Even not getting the 50 cents off a gallon, because that's a $11 difference, and I'm not gonna burn $11 worth of gas. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be putting more miles, but I'm not worried about that. I didn't buy this car to look at it, so I'm not too worried about the mileage. There's sexy stuff, Larry. There's your favorite store. Well, your second favorite store. Your favorite store is in Gatlinburg. I hate it's raining on us because y'all can't see as good. Dang it. That's the part I hate. Now I need to get some air moving in here because the wind is fogging up a little bit. And that's the windshield wipers doing that themselves. I've got it on that auto, so the windshield wipers have sped up on their own. I mean, and it was the rain was supposed to quit till later tonight. I thought we was finally in that lull, and then that next little wave was coming later tonight, which hopefully we're getting ready to. Now watch, these windshield wipers will quit here in a minute by themselves. It's supposed to, at least. There they go. See, they slowed down. Now they quit. I kind of like that. I don't have to touch nothing. So yeah, we're kind of in between Sevierville and Kodak. Oh, hey Linda, I see where I saw where everybody's saying hey to Linda. Hey Linda, thank you for coming in. Right now I'm just telling stories and taking y'all for a little drive up here, like towards Kodak, towards Buc-ee's. Finally got out of the rain. I'll get caught up on the chat here, and I'll get pulled over up here somewhere and get caught up on the chat. I got my other phone with me where to hold my place for me. Yeah, at least it's not raining now. It's raining behind me and off to the left because I can see it. I know a lot of people's tired of seeing the rain. But now I'll take the rain over this chilly weather we've had for the past few days. I mean, of course, it's been good to be able to build a fire. I put a dent in the wood last night. I built a fire last night, and I put a dent in my firewood stack. Matter of fact, I even built a fire this morning. Not a big one, but I burned probably like 5 pieces this morning because it was chilly this morning. And that's just because Tootsie was at the groomers. So after I dropped her off, I came back and I built me a little fire and sat around the fire because I didn't have her with me. So I didn't have nobody to play fetch with or anything. And they had her ready. Matter of fact, they called me. They called me before I was getting ready to leave to go get her because I told them 2 o'clock. And they called me right before I was getting ready to get in the car to go get her. So they actually had her ready before 2 o'clock this time. And of course, last time she was ready. It was only that one time where we had to wait on her. and that's because I didn't tell them a time. So they kept her all day and dang near all night long. Some of y'all's going to remember that live show, because that was on a Tuesday, and I went live, and we sat there waiting on Tootsie to get done getting beautified. We'll go up here. We'll go up here to Buc-ee's, and I'll pull into Buc-ee's, and then I'll get caught up with y'all with the chat. Oh, I saw on the, hey Leslie, that reminds me, because we just passed the Food City. Leslie, no kidding, on the news here, I just happened to see the news this morning. Keep an eye on your credit card or your bank account. I'm not sure what you use at Food City, but they said that they were card skimmers at some of the Food Cities, and there's one in Gatlinburg, one in Sevierville. I don't know that they mentioned, I don't think they said that Pigeon Forge had any happen in Pigeon Forge, but I know Sevierville and Gatlinburg. So just make sure that none of the information got hacked or anything like that, because they said there was those card skimmers or whatever they're called. That undoubtedly happened this past week. And I know y'all like going to Food City. So that's the only reason I was mentioning that to you right quick. And we're here at Buc-ee's, well, pulling in. But yeah, all jokes aside though, I mean, I know some of them car washes that are in Pigeon Forge and Sevierville, they'll say 3-minute car wash. And I know Zips, I used to go to Zips all the time. I know you're not in it no 3 minutes. You might be in it maybe a minute. The Quick Jet, you're probably a minute and a half, give or take, in it. I know it's a little bit longer, but now, all jokes aside though, this Buc-ee's, this is the real deal. You go through it, it takes you through it slow, and it scrubs, if I remember right, I think it scrubs like 3 different times, and then like I said, at the end, I would wash the car and show y'all, but like I say, John Esper's got that one video, excuse me, on Facebook, but it goes real slow, and then the blow dryers, the jet dryers at the end, Lord have mercy, they must be, let's see, if I remember right, there's either 3 or 4 on each side. And I like that part because it actually got the car dry. But right here's the car wash. And of course y'all can see how long it is. As a matter of fact, the other Saturday when I went through the car wash right there, their system was down over here where you go in. I'll turn the the mirror if I can. Well, I'll just turn the car. The mirror won't turn that far. I'll just turn the car. But right there's where you either put your code in right here, but their system was down, so there's guys, you know, standing there. These guys that's standing right here, they were up here, you know, taking your ticket and I guess punching the information in manually. And anyhow, I got a free tire shine that day. And normally I don't like the tire shine because it slings off, but I went ahead, I said, yes, sure. I mean, if it's free, it's for me. And it did shine the tires, and from what I could tell, it didn't sling nothing either. Because I got out and looked when I got back to the campground. But it's got all the colors. Of course, y'all can see some of the rainbow colors in there. But it takes you through that thing slow. I mean, you're in it. If it's not 3 minutes, it's close to it. So let me get caught up with the chat now, while y'all look at the car wash. Let's see, make sure. Yeah, it jumped on my phone here, so hang on a second. Let me get, Lord have mercy, y'all have done some chatting on me. All right, right there's where I left off with Amanda. Leslie, and then I read Leslie's, and then there's where Nancy came in. Dry Creek says, only to conserve water, Virginia. And then Amanda says, that's the RV. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, Amanda. I'm not sure on that RV park, whether if it's a community bathhouse or what they call a private bathhouse, because that's what, where I'm at, it's called a private bathhouse. Which that's the first time I'd experienced a private bathhouse. I was used to, after taking a shower, I was used to brushing my teeth and shaving and everybody else out there with you. Virginia says, nothing wrong with that, Larry. Larry says, nothing wrong with that at all. And Nancy says, hey to everybody, good to get to talk to everyone tonight. And Leslie says, no, not one single thing wrong with it, Virginia. I agree. And Dry Creek saying, hey to Nancy. John says, good evening, Dry Creek. Amanda says, it's all yours without people waiting in line. Question mark. And Virginia's giving Leslie thumbs up. Larry says, camel. Leslie's laughing. Dry Creek saying hey to John. Virginia saying hey to Nancy. Amanda says, I don't like sharing with strangers if it's a bathroom. And I get that, Amanda. I get that completely. Nancy says, I got to see a lot of you at the coaster. I wished I could come to Pigeon Forge more, but that doesn't happen. And Amanda says, it looks like GTA San Andreas. So she's talking about that game, the GTA. And Jimmy G says, what's the temperature there? 66, where I'm at right now, Jimmy G. Amanda says, I'll just take the gas X. Nancy saying, hey. Virginia says, me either, Amanda, but it's fun with a friend, aka hubby. And Dry Creek says, you haven't bought a membership? No. I know it's cheaper by the membership, Rob and Denise, as far as at QuickJet. I think it's, if I do the membership, it's like $20 a month, and then it's unlimited, which would definitely be the cheap. I need to see if Buc-ee's does a membership. I don't even know if they do a membership here at Buc-ee's. I need to find out, but Rob and Denise is right, though. Because if you do get the membership, you can get it for $20 a month, and it's unlimited car wash. But after coming through Buc-ee's here, though, I mean, this one here, it's pretty much got me sold, because that was the first time, was Saturday. Let's see. Amanda says, I have a paper husband, Virginia. Yeah, so if your paper husband showers with you, Amanda, he won't last long. John says gas is $3.59 a gallon up here in Ohio. Larry says me and Denise are going through that car wash next time we're there. Denise, you might can handle this one. Well, there's one little part there where it kind of, I guess, gets real dark. Other than that, you got the rainbow colors pretty much the rest of the time. Amanda says, if he annoys me, I fold him up in my jacket. John says, it drives your car perfectly. It definitely worth the $16. It is. Dry Creek says, the hell we are, Larry. Larry's laughing. John says, the Buc-ee's that we're supposed to get here in Ohio are supposed to be as big as Sevierville. And Amanda says, indoor water parks are more fun. Yeah, they are, Amanda. I agree to that, especially if it's cold outside. Nancy says it's rained here in North Carolina a minute, so she's talking about where it's raining in North Carolina and it's cool there also. And John says, I heard on the news that the city of Uber Eats is having a meeting tonight to finalize the beginning of them to build the Buc-ee's. And Dry Creek says, I drove right on by both Buc-ee's yesterday on the way home. So y'all are back home, Rob, Denise. I'm glad y'all made it home safe. Scott says 16 for 3 minutes. Holy shit. Linda, and hey Linda, thank you for coming in. Saying hey Jeff and Tootsie and everyone, where are we going? And Scott saying hey. Fred says it's alive, it's alive. And let's see, everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. Gary says, I made up for y'all not stopping at Buc-ee's. We stopped at both. Talking to Dry Creek, who Gary's talking to there. And Linda saying hey. Amanda says, somebody in church sharded themselves behind me over a year ago, and everyone said, holy crap. And Jimmy Spencer saying hey. Fred's saying hey. Everybody's saying hey right now. Larry says we got to use a string on both sides for our wipers. Me and Leslie get tired. And Linda's saying hey. Leslie says we did too, Dry Creek. We ended up having to let the kids use the bathroom at Taco Bell in Kentucky. I will not make that mistake again. Holy moly, Leslie, bless your heart. You didn't tell me that story. Scott says, yes, I love the weather where we're having a little less rain, but this works to be the perfect weather. Yeah, I mean, 75, 80, I can handle that, but these darn 60 degrees or whatever, I mean, I like it if I'm by a fire, but if it's 60 degrees during the day, I want to be at the pool, and I won't go to the pool when it's 60 degrees. I mean, the pool's heated. I can stay warm while I'm in the pool because it was like a bathtub the other night, but I didn't get in because I knew I was going to be cold when I got out. But I get it though. I mean, 70 degrees is usually the perfect weather. Let's see, Linda says, hey. Dry Creek says, oh no, Leslie, that's the thing about their bathrooms. They are clean. And Teleco's saying, hey. Leslie says, are we headed to Buc-ee? Yeah, that's where we're at now, Leslie. Linda's saying, hey. Fred says, sounds like a crappy situation, Leslie. And Leslie says, yes, that's where I'm going from now on. I can't handle these dirty restaurant bathrooms. Right, you're right. I mean, everybody knows what restaurants has the clean bathrooms. And then like it's Buc-ee's here. I think I hadn't heard of a Buc-ee's yet that doesn't have a clean restroom. And of course, there's fast food places where it's going to be clean when you go in. The Goat Coaster, I had to finally use their bathroom there, and they keep their bathrooms clean at the Goat Coaster. I had to go Saturday night, and they keep theirs clean there. Leslie says, exactly, Fred. Hey, there's Dan the Mountain Man. Hey, Dan, I got to watch your video. I was telling that earlier, that I knew you had the video out where me and you met up together. So I've got that one to watch next. And thanks for coming. You working tonight, Dan? Or are you off? And if you are working, don't work too hard. I'm sure you're on your break if you are working. Dry Creek says, I hate that too, Leslie. Linda saying hey, Dan saying hey to everybody. John says Bucky's has the cleanest restrooms. Fred says hey. Amanda says put out the flames. Doctors recommended preparation age. Jimmy G says who stopped the rain? Gary saying hey. Jimmy says it's raining where he's at. Teleco's saying hey. Virginia's saying to Jimmy, I saw the frames you made for Scott and Amber. They are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Jimmy can do some woodwork. He's been sending me pictures of what he's been making too. He's good at what he does. Jimmy Spencer. Teleco says, where's the gypsy women? They were gone somewhere when I left. So I don't know. Because it'd been raining on and off, and I hadn't seen them much today. I've seen them, but just passing saying hey. But I don't know where they had run off to this evening. Leslie says, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Jimmy. And then Linda says, Jeff, that wait for Tootsie was crazy. Yeah, I know it. Talking about that live show last year where we had to wait on Tootsie. And Dry Creek's laughing. Jimmy says, Virginia, they're made out of, with walnut spines. They're glued together, only glue. Talking about his wooden picture frames. And Jimmy Spencer says, Virginia, let's see, white oak. That's what they're made out of white oak, he meant. And Teleco says, you're welcome, Larry. And Virginia says, I love Creedence Clearwater Revival, Leslie. And Larry says, I mean to my channel, Teleco. And Leslie says, me too, Virginia. Fred says, same here on the CCR. And Jimmy G says, have you ever seen the rain? Talking about the song. Dry Creek says, how do they put those things on the card reader without anyone seeing or not? That I don't know, Rob, Denise. That I really don't know. I pay attention when I use those things. I try to, but they must be some kind of little, that's the thing with technology nowadays. I don't. Here comes the rain again. Dry Creek says, watch out. And Leslie's laughing. And don't almost die there, Jeff. No, I'm good, Larry. Virginia says, I want to go to Bucky's. And Dry Creek says, you really keep stressing about this 3 minutes. Larry says, some people need to go through that car wash. Fred says, where is everyone? And Dry Creek says, Waggles needs a car wash. Wiggle Waggles. Telco says, Jeff's the 3-minute man. And then Laser says, yes, love Waggles. And hey, Blaine, hey, buddy, hey, thanks for coming in. Hey, forgot it was Tuesday. Hell, Blaine, I was trying to figure out what the date was today. I knew what the day, but I didn't know the date. That was earlier in the show. Virginia saying, hey, Dan says, I'm going to have to try that car wash sometime. Yeah, hey, Dan, I did it after me and you left for meeting each other. I went through, I got gas and then bought the 50 cent off car wash and did the car wash that day also. Jimmy saying, hey, John says, they put your coat on. Yeah, they did write a coat on the corner of the windshield right over here in the corner of the, but then when you get up there to the guys or the people that's standing right here, they wipe it right off before you even go in. I don't know what the codes are really telling them. I guess what I bought or what I purchased. The only thing I can figure out. Everybody's saying hey to Blaine. Larry says Food City needs a car wash. At the end of the car wash, there's 2 people yelling at you and scaring you to death. John says, I'd say it's closer to 4 minutes. You're probably right, John. You're in there for a while because it don't go fast. See, everybody saying hey to everybody. Dry Creek's laughing at Larry. Blaine says, hey to Scott. Tired and sore, been trenching ditches for 2 days and had some electrical ran to our storage building today. Yeah, I got told about that last night, Blaine. I bet you are sore. You're going to have to buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready to start fishing again. Dan's saying hey. Everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. Blaine says, I love that Buc-ee's has a car wash. You already need to wash that beaver. No, beaver's going to have to stay dirty for right now, Blaine, because it's raining. And he's mean, you always need to wash the beaver. Okay, got you. Leslie says, how long is the car wash? Larry, being facetious right there. But as far as the length, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all take a guess. What is that? 50 feet or better? Heck, I don't know. I'm not good at eyeballing stuff. It might. Fred, look it up on the internet. See if it tells the length of the car wash on here, on the internet. Leslie says, Blaine coming in hot with the beaver jokes. Blaine says, hey, that's all I had, Leslie. Everybody saying hey to everybody. Leslie says, Blaine, it was a good one. And Blaine says, it kind of has its ups and downs. Go in wet and end up dry. Not sure that sounds good, Leslie. And then she says, you're exactly right, Blaine. Dry Creek says, got home at 1 this morning. We had to replace the wax ring on toilet there before we could leave. Holy moly, bless y'all's heart. I know that's fun. Not. Daggum having to put them a new wax ring, and I have to say that real slow because it tongue ties me, you know, that goes underneath your toilet, and then you got to set on it to seat it. You know, I've been there, done that. That's not fun. It's not hard, but it's not fun. Scott says, Blaine, that's more work than one should do in a day. Blaine says, yes it is, Scott. Leslie says, by the way, Jeff, my girls love riding with you. They have talked about it several times. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they got to ride with me. Leslie's talking right there whenever they invited me to their cabin that they were staying in. They were at the campground because Leslie, can I tell that one part with your daughter? Right quick, say yes or no. I'm going to watch it for my phone to come up. I mean, because that's y'all's personal info and stuff like that. I'm going to let her answer me. I'm going to watch for her. With the golf cart. That's what I'm talking about, Leslie. And then I'll get back to the chat. Because I was going to tell a story here right quick. I'm going to see if she says yes or no. Okay, she says she don't care. So anyhow, they wanted me to come to the cabin Sunday night, which was their last night, but they were at the campground with me before that. And Caroline's getting ready to get her permit. So I let her drive my golf cart around so she could start practicing. So when she gets on the highway and starts driving. So that was the story I was going to tell right quick. So, and she did good. She did real good. She undoubtedly scared her younger sister. Or her younger sister wouldn't ride there on there when she drove. Or was it Jackson? I done forgot. One of the two. Macy would jump off whenever either Jackson would drive or Caroline would drive. But they all did good, though. So I'll get back to the chat. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Did it jump? No, it didn't jump on me. Okay. Don. Hey, Don Mullins. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. You're new to me. Hey, thanks for coming in. It says, I'm new to the channel. Wanted to say hello, beautiful ladies and gents and hosts. Hey, thank you for coming in, Don. Scott says 65 during the day, 50 to 45 at night. Yes, please. That's a little too chilly for me, Scott. Blaine says, welcome in. Let us know how you found the channel. We love to hear that. Talking to Don. And Dry Creek saying hey to Don. Everybody's saying hey to Don and welcoming Don in. Don says, during the rod run, I seen Jeff live and checked it out and loved it. Well, I appreciate that, Don. That darn rod run video, that's put a nail in my coffin. That one put a nail in my coffin. Lord have mercy. It'll be all I can do to keep up with the chat. I done it to myself, folks. I did it to myself. Dan says I enjoyed talking with me Saturday. Yeah, I did too, Dan. I really did. And everybody's saying hey to Don. Blaine says, that's awesome. You're in a good place. Great people and fun, as you can tell. Talking to Don. Jimmy says, good night, everybody. Hey, good night, Jimmy Spencer. Thank you for coming in. And don't work too hard tomorrow, buddy. I know you got to get up early. Fred's saying hey to Don. Dan the Mountain Man says, yeah, I'm on my break. Have to head back in shortly. Don't work too hard, Dan. And like I said, I'm going to watch your video either later tonight or definitely by tomorrow. Brain's saying, everybody's telling Jimmy good night. And Jimmy says, Dry Creek, I'm glad y'all made it home safe. And they're thanking Jimmy. And everybody's saying good night to Jimmy. Dan says, I have to head back to work now. Teleco says, have a good night, Jimmy. Dan says, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, thank you, Dan. John says, hey, Jeff, you need to go into Buc-ee's and get one of their 44-ounce tumblers for the 4th year. No, hey, John, I got so many tumblers at home. I got tumblers coming out of my ears. Oh, bullcrap. Wonder how many people's going to catch on to that quote. Of course, it's not tumblers, though. I got mashed potatoes. I got potatoes coming out of my, oh, bullcrap. Blaine says, take care, Dan. Linda says, bye, Dan. Yep, outside lights did just come on here, Virginia. Leslie says, I saw that too, Virginia. Telegraph says, have a good one, Dan. Leslie says, they wipe it off when it comes out. Now that's full service. Yeah. Everybody's saying bye to Dan. Dry Creek says it takes about 5 minutes. Nope. Well, I didn't time it, but I mean, I could watch John's video because John's video, I guess, will have a time on it. I figured Fred would let me know how. Oh, right there, he did. Lord, I'm way behind. I gotta get caught up. Everybody's laughing. Fred says it's 255 feet long. Hell, I wasn't even close. I said 50 feet. I wasn't even close. Jeez. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank y'all. Thank you, Fred Connie. Thank you, Rob Denise. 255 feet. Now, hell, I believe it. Scott says, Jeff, ain't nobody fishing right now. We with all the rain we've had, the rivers are too dang muddy. And John says, I'll have to find that video and see how long it is from start to finish. Just, hey, go to your profile, John. Go to your profile. It'll be on your profile page. And scroll back. Or, scroll up. Fred says, that's what VR's for, Scott. And then Blaine says, catch you some mud cats, Scott. And Scott says, yes, it is, Leslie. And all for $16. And Larry says, Dry Creek, maybe you should get a bidet. And then they're laughing. And Leslie says, it's a good deal all the way around, Scott. And then Leslie says, I don't care. That's when she was answering me. And then Dry Creek says, doesn't seem like that should be happening. And then Caroline driving on the highway, Dry Creek. And then says, getting her beginners, Leslie. And Leslie says, I know it's awful. And Larry says, it's crazy, Dry Creek. And Dry Creek says, it is. How did that happen? And Leslie says, I somehow missed her getting this old. And yeah, they grow up fast. And Dry Creek's laughing. David says, that's how I got on this channel. Seen the rod run probably 2 years ago. And John Esper says 36 in chat and only 16. Hey, John, everybody in here knows that I don't care about the thumbs up. I mean, thumbs up, thumbs down, middle fingers, it don't matter to me. It don't bother me a bit with the thumbs up and thumbs down. I don't even really pay it any attention, to be honest with you. And that's because I'm reading the chat. And where I'm reading on this phone, it don't even show that info. It tells on my phone I'm using the live show how many's in and how many thumbs. But other than that, I don't pay no, unless if somebody mentions it, I don't even pay any attention to it, because I'm looking at the picture part to make sure I've got the camera pointed where I'm wanting it. Scott says Eli gets his learner's permit this year too. Really? Lord, we're gonna have to stay off the roads. We got Caroline getting ready to start driving. Now Eli's going to be driving here before long. I'm going to have to start watching it. Y'all going to have to let me know when they're behind the wheel. That way the rest of us can stay off the roads. That's what all my friends and relatives said back when I first started driving. They said, well, we're going to stay off the roads because Jeff's getting ready to start driving. And I'm caught up with the chat right now. Leslie's laughing. Gary says, there you go, Tom, the car that just went in the car. Oh, well, I wasn't even looking, Gary. I was reading the chat. Blaine says, got that right when it's that again. I hope after the shindig. Talking to Scott. And then Dry Creek says, or stay off the sidewalks, right? And then Larry says, I think Tootsie gets her permit this year too. Might as well. She'll be 9 this year. Hop up here, Toots, because there's a lot of them hadn't got to see you yet. You got beautified today. Come here. Let's cut some lights on. Hop up here. Come on. You wasn't asleep. Don't be acting on me. All right, there you go. Look here. We're at Bucky's. We're at Bucky's. Here's Tootsie. She got beautified today for everybody that hadn't got to see her. Look up here. Hey, look up. There we go. And of course, she's already messed her little bandana up, flipped it around. Look up here. Look up here. There you go. I got a tricker so y'all can be able to see it real good. I wish I could zoom out more, but this darn mount that I have, it has like where we're just right here. Like boom. There's Linda. See, I knew Linda hadn't got to see yet. I showed her at the beginning, Linda. She got beautified today. Let's see. Let me make sure. Fred says, just keep it 1 mile clearance. And then there's where Linda was saying he's pretty. Yeah, Bucky's definitely not busy. They're not busy. They ain't nobody hardly in the parking lot. Big old school bus over here. Oh yeah, and John was making a comment there that I need to go in there. Well, one thing about it though, unless if they've changed, and I'm not gonna find out, but I know the last time, and it was last year, you know, when they first opened, I was taking y'all into Bucky's and we lost signal. So somehow or another they've got it to where it blocks, I guess, people from being able to be live inside that place. Cause it went out as soon as I walked in with y'all that time last year. Leslie says she's so sweet. Thank you, Leslie. Hey, Danny D. Hey, thanks for coming in. Hey, Troublemaker. Popsicle Scott. Oh, wait. Did I just say that? And Gary says, Tootsie says, look how pretty I am with this shaggy man. Gary. Everybody's saying hey to Danny D. Danny D's saying, hey, Blaine, another troublemaker. And Blaine says, you must be thinking of another Blaine, Danny D. And Danny D says, nope, that's you, Blaine. And John says, I just looked at that video. It's 4 minutes and 5 seconds long. So it's a 4-minute car wash. And I believe it. Because I knew you was in there for a while. Alright, you can get back down. I'm gonna ride them around through the parking lot here at Buc-ee's and show them. Boy, I'm telling you, when me and Dan was here Saturday though, I mean, it wasn't plumb crazy packed, but there's definitely people here Saturday. But I was telling Dan though, the one in Florence, South Carolina, as far as on Saturdays, it's in a honey hole spot because it's catching all that beach traffic. You can go ahead and sit back down. I'll flip the camera back around. The one in Florence, South Carolina though, I'm telling you, on Saturdays, and I know this from experience, and I got video on it too, it's a madhouse. You can't even hardly get around in their parking lot. And I guess it's because of the way it's laid out, because it's not laid out like this one. It's gas pumps, like 3 rows, all right there together, and everybody's fighting to get in the pumps, and it just all congests. This one's laid out a whole lot better to where it doesn't keep that from happening. At least I hadn't seen it, to where you can't maneuver around. But I mean, you know, now there's people on the inside of it Saturday, but it's still wasn't elbow to elbow. But they were shucking them out just as fast as they was coming in. But Florence though, and I know why Florence is crazy busy, and it's like I said, it's because it's catching all that beach traffic from everybody either going to the beach on that Saturday or coming or going home on that Saturday, because you know Saturday's your travel day as far as going to the beach down there. And I tell you, I don't know if I'll make that mistake again. If I go to it, it'll be while I'm going on the way to the beach. And then that way, because yeah, it's on the other side of the road, which makes it having to go out of the way versus when you go home. But if I stop this year, I'll stop on the way to the beach instead of coming home. But I doubt that'll happen though, because I'll be following the boat, and I know the boat won't stop at Buc-ee's. It's gonna make that right-hand turn and keep on the trucking. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Linda says, "Wow, Jeff, you're really getting a nice tan. I get small freckles." Hey, thank you, Linda. Yeah, I'm gaining on my tan. Danny D says, "We need a tracker on Blaine, I heard." And Blaine says, "Dang, 4 minutes, not bad. I can handle that." And Danny D says, "The sky, the moon, the ceiling, and maybe popsicle, Scott." And Virginia says, "Jeff, are you going inside?" No, I'm not going inside, Virginia. Blaine says, "Yes, Florence is a madhouse. I had to park at the far side of the parking lot facing the interstate." And I know where you're talking about, Blaine. John says, "The one in Sevierville is always crowded, but they always get you in and out of there quick. The one in Richmond, Kentucky is very well laid out for traffic." I mean, this one is too, as far as traffic-wise, John, or at least I think. And it's only because I've only experienced the one in Florence. The one in Florence, and y'all know this because I got the video, I got the proof. I mean, y'all saw how long it took me from when I pulled in to get parked, but the only thing that I didn't do was do a video as far as when I went to leave. It took me twice as long to get out and back out on the highway. And that's no lie. Let's see. Leslie says, "Rob Denise, what even is that?" Wait a minute, what day? Did I miss one of their comments? Hold on a minute. I don't see anything. And then Druckrick says, "I don't know." Wait a minute, what'd y'all see? I must have missed something. Fred says, "Except for getting out of the Kentucky one, you have to go down the road to a roundabout to head out of it." And Dry Creek says 2 roundabouts at the Richmond, Kentucky one, Fred, if you go on the other side south of the building like we do. And then they're laughing, and Fred says, still crazy, only been there twice, same trip. And Blaine says, y'all be good, I'm gonna head out, gotta go to the Home Depot to drop off the trencher in the morning. Love you all, God bless. Hey Blaine, thanks for coming in, buddy. I might get on VR after the show tonight. And if you're on, I'll see you on it. If not, though, I'll catch you tomorrow. I guess on Fred's show tomorrow, because we got a good one tomorrow. We got 90s commercials trivia tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Dry Creek's laughing at Larry. Leslie says, I didn't know, Jeff. It was crazy looking. Okay. Yeah, I must have missed it. Everybody's saying goodnight to Blaine. Danny says, bye, Blaine. Don't get lost. And everybody's telling Blaine goodnight and to stay safe. And I'm caught up with the chat right now. Anyhow, we'll ride through the, what I call the landing strip down here at the pumps, because it looks like a darn airport landing strip when you get down here to this end right here and look at it down the other direction. Let me hit the wipers right quick. So I mean, that's what I say. Florence, the gas station or the gas pumps in Florence is not laid out like this. I mean, you look how long that is, which I know I showed this before earlier. Last year or whatever. But they've done this one right in my mind. I wish Florence would have done theirs kind of like this. I don't think it would be as bad trying to get in and out. But y'all can see though, it's not busy at all right now. But now it won't be long though. School's about to be out. Summer's about to be starting. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. This place will probably be a madhouse as far as inside, I'm sure, and probably even out here in the parking lot. And then there's the fireworks store, which I'll have to hit that fireworks store, I guess, before I go home again, get some fireworks for the beach. So let me pull over here again and get caught up with the chat, and then we'll start easing back towards the campground, because it's going on 9 o'clock right now. John says 120 gas pumps. Leslie says that is long. Yeah, it is, Leslie. You're right. Everybody was telling Blaine goodnight. Danny D says, one day I want to go to a Buc-ee's. Never been to one. It's an experience, Danny D. Some people like it. Some people hate it. I've got a family member that hates it with a passion. They do not care to go to Buc-ee's. They only go if they have to go. Scott says our shindig is 90s theme this year. Okay. Well, that's cool, Scott. And as far as I know, I'm going to be able to come and make that to your shindig. I've got it worked out to where I should be able to come to your shindig. Let's see. I didn't even pay no attention, Virginia. I didn't even pay attention, but it'll tell me on the way out. It'll tell me how much the gas is. I didn't even look and pay attention, Virginia. I'm sorry. John says the one thing I've noticed, people go in and get gas and they leave their cars there while they shop. Yeah, some people do that, John. They definitely do it in Florence, and that's just because you're having to fight for parking. Larry says, fireworks near a gas station? Yeah, but it's down off the hill behind us here, Larry. Linda says, Jeff, I think everyone is broke from Mother's Day. Probably so, Linda. Scott says, Danny Buc-ee's is awesome. Danny says, I bet, Scott, I've always wanted to go to one. And Virginia says, gas is $3.36 where she's at. And I'm caught up on the chat. So y'all chat with each other. We'll ease back towards the towards Pigeon Forge. I hope nobody's staying in that RV right there because they'll tow them, because you can't stay overnight. They got signs and they got cameras that tell you no overnight parking. They don't even let tractor trailers in Buc-ee's. I think in Texas, I think they can go in the ones in Texas, but that's the only ones. Everywhere else they got Buc-ee's, though, they won't allow tractor trailers. I think I'm telling that right. Don't quote me on that. But like right there's the sign. It says no tractor trailers. A big N-O right there. And let me roll down it, because right up there is where it tells the gas as far as if you get the car wash. Oh, it's down, Virginia. I can get gas now for $2.46. If I buy the car wash, I can get it for $2.46 right now. Oh, I should have filled up. Because the car wash is, that's the other thing I noticed. Even if I wasn't to use the car wash, I should have went ahead and just filled up. I mean, I don't need gas. But if you get the car, it's good for a year. It's good for a year. The car wash that you buy. I did happen to read that on the receipt Saturday. So that's another good thing. You can get, if you get the car wash and you don't get to use it, say when you get it, at least you've got a year to use it. Teleco's saying 309 to 329 here. Well, it's down to 246 with the discount, or if you buy the car wash there. Because I got it for $2.59, so it's come down more than 10 cents. It's like what, 14 cents cheaper now, which is kind of surprising. I thought gas would be going up, especially with Memorial coming up. That's usually when they'll jack it up, though. So I might come back up here later on in the week and go ahead and fill up again. No, she's not getting a pup cup tonight, Linda. Usually, the only time she really gets a pup cup is if I go through a drive-through, Linda, and there's not really any drive-throughs. I don't know if Cookout does a pup cup or not. I know the Highway 55 at home does, but I don't know if Cookout does. But that's usually the only time she gets pup cups. Now she got one. Oh, that's the other story I was going to tell right quick, and I'll tell that on the way to the campground. Y'all chat with each other. I mean, if you've got any questions like what I just happened to see Linda's there, I'll catch them when I get back in town here. So here's the other story I had to tell right quick. Linda kind of reminded me right there. Me and Tootsie go to the Cracker Barrel a few weeks ago. And it's just me. I let Tootsie stay at the camper, and I decided I wanted to go eat Cracker Barrel. So I didn't take her with me though. But I go, by myself there, and I go eat. I order my food, And instead of getting on my phone and watching Andy or playing a game or whatever, I grabbed the old peg game. That, you know, with the golf ball tees, that peg game. And I start playing it. And I kid you not, I'm sitting there jumping pegs. And I get it down to where I realize that I'm going to leave one peg. Well, I ended up in 46 years of trying that game, and it's really not 46 years because I wasn't playing that thing when I was yelling in diapers. But out of my lifetime, though, a few weeks ago, I finally left one peg out of that peg game. And I was like, I can't believe I just did this, because I've always left two. I was like, dang it, I always would leave two, and I'd get mad. Couldn't never leave just the one. Well, now here's the kicker to this story. Me and Tootsie go last week and go eat at Cracker Barrel again. I get the old peg game out to see if I could do it again, and I'd be danged if I didn't leave two. I sat there, I tried to remember how I did that to leave just the one peg, and I tried it 2 times, and I finally just got pissed off and said to heck with it and pushed it to the side and cut Andy Griffith on. That's a true story. That's a true story. I know I'm telling on myself, but I don't care, because I thought it was a good story to tell. And I think I've already told somebody this story, and it might have been somebody at the campground, but I have told somebody this story already once. But I knew I hadn't told y'all. I knew none of y'all knew this story. And I'm glad Linda brought up the pup cup, because I knew there was something that I was wanting to tell tonight. So anyhow, y'all got another story time with Jeff there, and, or I guess life lesson or life about Jeff, however you wanna. Hey James, hey, thanks for coming in, James. I see where you're in here. I'll get caught up on the chat here in a minute, James. I'm headed back to Pigeon Forge. But yeah, I wanted to tell that too tonight, and I almost forgot about it till Linda mentioned the pup cup thing. But that's really the only times Tootsie gets pup cups, is if I go through a drive-through that does the pup cups, or if she goes to Cracker Barrel with me, she'll get a pup cup. But I sat there, I mean, I was kind of baffled when I realized that I was going to leave the one peg. And it was on the first try as far as that night a couple weeks ago. I mean, like I said, I grabbed it, started jumping, and I was taking my time too. And then, like I said, left the one peg, and I was like, well, after all these years, I finally did it. And then, of course, I go back last week, and I couldn't do it. Ah, Lordy. Not much traffic now. At least it's not raining. At least y'all are not having to see the rain or anything. I'm just looking around, seeing if anything catches my eye. There's the Christmas store over there. They're all lit up with all their Christmas stuff. It's kind of mist raining now. I see a little bit of water on the windshield when the headlights hit it right. And I'll stop in Sevierville instead of Gatlinburg to catch up on the chat and then tell y'all good night and everything. Just so y'all don't have to wait on me to read the chat as long. Be nice if Tootsie could read the chat, but then again, that would be probably flip us all out if she has all of a sudden been able to talk like a human being. It'd flip me out. I'd be like, well, boys, the world's ending right now. Tootsie's talking like a human. The world's coming to an end. Oh yeah, I think it was Virginia, and it might have been Linda. I can't, or one of y'all was asking about the temperature. It's still saying 66. So I mean, it's not cold, but it's definitely not warm. But it's a good temperature though for a fire. I just won't be able to build a fire tonight because they're calling for more rain, and there's no use in building one and then it get rained on. But I think tomorrow night will probably be a good night for a fire, because I've got the wood dwindling down, but I'm gonna time it. I'm gonna have it timed about right as far as for where I'll have some wood for Memorial Weekend, because I know everybody in the campground will be building a fire that night, and I'll be building one too. You know, providing it doesn't rain us out. But I would say I'll have all my wood burned up after Memorial Weekend, or whenever that holiday weekend's over with, which is fine, because I'm hoping, from what I saw, next week the heat comes back next week, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's why I figured it's going to finally get hot and stay hot, and then I won't have campfires on my mind after that. I'll be, after Memorial Weekend, I'll pretty much go from having campfires on my mind to smelling the salty air. That will be on my mind after Memorial Weekend. But it doesn't need to be in any hurry to get in here, because I know once it gets here, then it's over with. But I'm ready for it though. I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure. Let's see. Oh, and I've been seeing on the news too. Camping World somewhere up through here is having their grand opening this weekend. Oh, and the F100s are this weekend at the LeConte in Pigeon Forge. It's $2.96 right there at that gas station, as far as just normal everyday price. So that means my honey hole up there at that Walmart's gonna be like $2.96 a gallon. That's with no discount or nothing. You can get gas for under $3 now here, without having to buy a car wash or anything. I meant to turn right there, but I can go down here and turn. What was I saying? I lost train of thought when I saw that gas price. I done forgot what I was. Oh yeah, the F100s, the trucks. That's this weekend. So I might, if they're out riding around, I might go live or something. If y'all want to see the trucks, I just don't know if they ride around or not. So that's what's happening this weekend as far as here. in Pigeon Forge wise. I gotta roll this window down because these tinted windows I can't hardly see, and I want to turn right here on one of these roads, and I'm not used to coming in from this direction. I know there's a little street right here somewhere where I can make a turn. I think it's right here. That way I can get caught up with the chat. We're going to head back here in a little bit, too, so I know you'll be ready to eat. We're back downtown Sevierville for the ones that might want to know. We're going to go over here to our little honey hole spot. That's the first time I've been by the fire department. That's a nice fire department right there. Boy, they got the darn nice fire trucks in there. Let's see, I think it's this. Oops, next one. Downtown, uptown, downtown, any town. I always like riding down through here just because of the way they got it lit up. It's pretty. And there's people out. All right, I'll get caught up with the chat here. Let me get parked. There's that butterfly that I didn't notice for years till last year. I know some of y'all are going to remember that. I was like, look at that butterfly right there. I never had noticed that. Alright, let me get caught up with the chat and then I'll flip the camera around where you can tell Tootsie good night and stuff. Alright, let's see. Where'd I leave off? Okay, Scott says, oh, heck yeah, we were hoping you was going to make it. And Virginia goes, geez, talking about the Buc-ee's. And John says, it's only good at the Sevierville. Right, I knew that, John. I knew that. But I'm just saying it's good for a year, though. Linda says, Jeff, are you getting Tootsie Pup Cup? I already answered that. Larry says, we just got gas at Casey's in our town and it's $2.99. Leslie says cookout yummy. I miss those milkshakes. Yeah, cookout's good. Their milkshakes are good and thick too. Dry Creek says we got one Sunday, Leslie. Larry says Heath Toffee milkshake at cookout was delicious. And Dry Creek says I got Butterfinger and Rob got the double chocolate. Yeah, that double chocolate. Hey Rob, I'm right there with you. That's usually what I go for. Leslie says I got two while we were there. Both times I got peanut butter, banana. It's so good. Mom liked the, she always had me get her the Oreo. She liked the Oreo milkshake. That was her go-to. She'd always say, hey, go get me an Oreo milkshake. Because it was, you know, just down below her house where Mom lived. I mean, it's just right down from her house back home. Larry says, so thick, it'll suck your upper lip in the straw. Oh, yeah, you're right, Larry. Dry Creek's laughing. Virginia says, I love that game. Talking about the peg game. When I was telling it, Fred says those shakes are thick and rich. I know that's what he's meaning there. And James, that's where James come in. Hey James, hey buddy. Leslie says, you told. Did I tell you, Leslie, about the peg game? Hell, I forgot. I didn't think I told anybody except somebody at the campground. And I guess that was y'all, because y'all were at the campground. I knew I was at the campground when I told it though. Fred says, hey to James. Everybody's saying hey to James. Scott says, Leslie, Cookout is huge in North Carolina. We love them here. And Linda says, Jeff and his fractured fairy tales. Thanks to you. You're welcome, Linda. Fred says, we have them here in Georgia as well. Leslie says, we have none around here, and she's mad about that. And James is saying hey to Rob and Denise. And Virginia says, Leslie, we only have McDonald's and Wendy's. And James says, hey David, how are you doing? And David says, doing good in the neighborhood. Scott says, they're really good, Fred. And Linda says, Tootsie takes over the world. And Dry Creek saying hey to James. James says, Cookout's barbecue sandwich with the hot sauce and coleslaw is pretty good. Leslie says, it's not good for a fire when your wood is wet. That's right, Leslie. And Scott says, it's currently 59 in the mountains of western North Carolina. And Leslie says, us too, Virginia. And our Wendy's is seemingly on its last leg. Oh, bless y'all's heart. And Wendy's is usually good. Jeez. David says, it is now 68 in downtown South Campbellsville. And Scott says, need to run your wood through the dryer at the car wash. That's right, Scott. Larry says, have you ever taken your wet wood to the honey hole? No, Larry. Duckrick says, some of them ride around. And then they're laughing with Larry there. And Larry goes, sorry. And he's laughing. Leslie's laughing. Lord, y'all got me in tears now. Tellico says it's 67 where he's at in the Tellico Mountains. And Dry Creek's laughing. Leslie says, you just couldn't help yourself, could you, Larry? Larry says no. And Nancy says it's 63 here in the foothills of North Carolina, and gas is $3.49 almost everywhere. That's what's crazy is gas is, it used to be more over here in Tennessee. Now it's cheaper than North Carolina here, than it is in North Carolina. And then South Carolina got to where it's about the same as North Carolina. I remember when South Carolina was way cheaper than North Carolina. Now it runs about the same, if not maybe a little bit more, and that's because they had that darn gas tax put on. Dry Creek says it's a quaint town with everything they've done to it. Yeah, talking about Sevierville, yeah. I love this little town. I mean, I really do. Don't get me wrong, I love Pigeon Forge too. And I mean, I even love going up there to Kodak, just all in this area. I love it all, but Dry Creek's right though. Sevierville, it's just the neatness to it. It's all right here grouped together, and just how they've got it all. I mean, it's like manicured type place, or however you want to say it. Just like Dry Creek saying it, quaint. I mean, it's nice. John says, hey Jeff, I just saw my news feed. The Planning Commission approved 5-0 to start building the Buc-ee's. Well, that's good. So you're going to have a Buc-ee's closer to you now, John. You want to drive as far. Hey, Frog King Tom, saying hey to Jeff and Tootsie. Hey, thanks for coming in, Tom. Linda says, Jeff, I like that downtown from Christmas to Easter and beyond. Hey, it's really nice here at Christmas. And you can ask Rob and Denise. And of course, the Harvey 5 knows also, because they come during Christmas time. I mean, it's just as good here as Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Leslie says the obsession is real. And Leslie says Caroline loves Oreo ice cream. And John says they're saying the Buc-ee's near Dayton, Ohio should be completed by the end of the next year. By the end of the year next year. And then says, so that Buc-ee's will only be 60 miles from me. Well, that Buc-ee's is going to be right there, like 30 miles from Leslie and them. And then Leslie says, I'm going to join in. It'll only be 30 miles from me, Jerry. There you go. And I just got done saying that. Druckrick saying hey to Tom. Tom saying hey to Rob Denise and saying hey to the Harvey Fives and that it was nice meeting you both. And Jeff the other night. Yeah, it's nice meeting you, Tom. Yeah, I was telling everybody earlier where I got to meet you Saturday night when we was all at the goat coaster. And Leslie says, nice to meet you also, Tom, and giving him a wave. I'm glad I took Tootsie too. Larry says, yes, it was nice meeting with you too, Tom. And Leslie says, hopefully we didn't scare Tom. And I probably scared Tom. Tootsie, I know Tootsie, she don't scare anybody. Because that's who y'all all want to see anyways, Tootsie. David says, I love Buc-ee's. You can go in and buy your food, sit down in one of those lazy boys, and just enjoy your food. Really? Now, I don't know if they'll let you do that, David. Where at? Because usually Buc-ee's, they want you in and out. They don't want you. That's why there's no picnic tables there or nothing. I think he's being facetious saying that too. Larry says, I think you did, Leslie, about scaring Tom. And then Tom says, no, not scared. Leslie says, I scare most people. And then Robin Lee says, if I haven't scared him by now. And Linda says, Jeff, there's a good orange creamsicle at Wendy's. Really? I might have to try that then, Linda. I didn't know about that. And David says, oh yeah, Buc-ee's, get your blanket and get out. Or get your blank and get your crap and get out. That's right. And then Leslie's laughing. And I'm caught up with the chat right now. And it is almost 9:30. Good Lord. It don't seem like I've been on here for 2 hours with all y'all. I tell you, and that's, like I've said before a bunch of times, that's why I like doing this. I mean, y'all definitely pass the time, and I always enjoy it. I really do. I really do enjoy it. Oh, they're emptying the trash back here behind me. I was wondering what all that noise was because it's usually quiet. Let me pull over here where it won't be quite as noisy. Y'all won't have to hear that. There's the clock. I could just sit right here and let y'all see that clock, the clock tower, because there's nobody here. But I'm getting ready to flip the camera around. Tell y'all good night. Where's my drink at? I always love that clock tower though, no joke. It kind of reminds me of Back to the Future in a roundabout way. But that's a nice looking clock tower though, it really is. Let me make sure I'm still caught up on the chat. Okay, Scott says it's called a dreamsicle, and it's awesome. And Leslie says that's because we're all so much fun. That's right, Leslie. Everybody in here is great and fun. Virginia says, everyone have a good week. See some of y'all tomorrow night on Fred and Connie's live show. Larry says, hey, Virginia, you have a good night too if you're hopping off. And thank you for coming in. Larry says, feels like 4.5 hours to me. And Larry, really? Scott says, got to get ready for work. Okay, Scott. Yeah, I'm getting ready to hop off too. David says, I always enjoy your lives. Tootsie has a good YouTube channel. Thank you, David. Linda says, yes, Scott, I agree. And Scott's saying good night to everybody. And then everybody's talking about the clock here being pretty. And hey, Angie, thank you for coming in, Angie. Saying good night, everybody. Thanks, Jeff. You're very welcome, Angie. Angie's saying bye to everybody. Nancy says, hopefully the rain doesn't cause you any more problems at the campground. Yeah, I'm hoping so too, that I don't have to move again. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. You know, and I guess I might as well keep saying that because it did rise. And everybody's thanking me right now. So let me get the lights on here so Tootsie can tell all y'all good night. Come here, Toots. Come on, hop up here. We're going. All right. Hey, as usual, fun as always. Thank each and every one of y'all for coming in. Love each and every one of y'all. Enjoyed it tonight, really did. Had a good night. Got to tell some stories. Got to tell some good ones on me. I don't know about next week though, because Memorial Weekend's the following. So I might take next Tuesday off, but then go live that weekend. And then y'all might maybe see me live this weekend. I'll just wait and see what the trucks do. But anyhow, everybody have a good rest of the week. Everybody stay safe. Love each and every one of y'all. Tootsie loves all y'all. And we'll see you on the next go round. Good night, everybody. All right, you can get back down. I'm going to let everybody tell everybody good night, and then I'm going to end the show.